What's Escalera gonna do?
Oh, what are they gonna do in game number 1's draft? Now we're seeing Echo on blue and we're seeing ONIC Philippines on red. We have the bans already being showed up on our screens. Navara is the first choice here for Echo.
They want to play with Vision, and again, up against a roamer like Escalera, Vision will greatly help. So ONIC will go ahead and take away a signature pickup for Carl Tizzy in the Fredrin, and it's something Echo is very comfortable playing with, and they take away a signature pick and a strong meta pick from Benny Cutie with the carry. Inversely now, Echo go for the Arlot and the Baksha. So we're seeing a still very, how do I call this, conservative approach to the metagame from what we've seen and what we know are the tendencies right now.
Quick picks, by the way.
Already, just addressing the elephant in the room. Kelra King Kong, draft Kelra King Kong.
Yeah. Go ahead, pick up for your stars immediately. I think right now, they answered the question in the draft. They went ahead and picked for both of their stars, and now they go for a pick, signature for Hidden Gem. Xborg was one of the picks that he shined with last season when he made a name for himself in MPL Philippines, and now he's getting it, and we saw what an Xborg did in the previous game.
In addition to the Riz, which by the way has been slowly been relegated to the B tier of XP laners,
Sure.
I'm happy to see that, hey, you guys are forgetting about me. I'm the Hidden Gem.
It is his IGN for a reason, so Xborg.
Gem, by the way, not Hidden Gem.
Not Hidden Gem.
Yeah.
It's Gem.
Hidden Gems from us. We told that to him, and he just laughed at us and thank you, boss.
XP Lane, IGN.
story.
Yeah, creative names as well. So going back to the bans, since there's no core or no roamer yet for Echo, so they ban out the Angela. It's been a threat from every point in the game, and even from our ranked games. It's been a hell of a great advantage with assassin picks.
That's
And
the
with the
right-
presence of Carl Tizzy.
Yeah, that's the right word, Francis. Threat, because it has never been picked just quite yet.
Yeah.
Right? We've never seen it do anything, but the fact that teams still ban it out, teams still play around it, means we have to watch out. There's the pack banned out, that's a Sanford signature.
Oh, yeah, taking out the Paquito, and as well as the Faramis. Well, with no threats in the mid lane, the Burster or the Poke yet. Valentina's still up though, but yeah, they just completely take it. Nana back again onto this game from match or series 1. Now we see her again.
Yeah, Nana and Xborg actually a great combination. And then it's a Super Friend special. Back in MPL Philippines Season 10, the last time Nana was played was actually by Super Friends. It was a little stat that showed up earlier in the first series for those who were tuning in. Now for Echo, are they going to go for that Echo Express playstyle of that pick off for surprise? JP has shown that he can play Arlot Roam, and it is still an option. This doesn't necessarily mean it's an EXP lane Arlot. Baksha, most likely jungle. Gold laner though for Benny Cutie. What are they gonna go for here?
You keep looking for the Claude, bro.
Yeah, I really want to see the Claude now.
I really want to see it too because
Finally!
yes,
Woo! Thank you, Benny.
Benny's got you.
We're gonna get picked
Benny,
someday.
oh, okay.
Oh, and it's out.
Benedetta on the XP. Matchup against Xborg. Things are looking good, I say, for Echo.
Yeah.
But how will that blend with the early game, though?
Well, I mean, in terms of the lane pressure, it's clearly going to be Sanford being able to get out of lane first. So the approach for Echo, it looks like it's out of the XP lane, out of quick rotations from mid, pressure the jungle.
Yeah, that's one thing that Benedetta has over the Xborg in spades, rotational speed.
Yeah.
She can just jump through walls, pressure where the Xborg is still catching his breath,
Yeah.
recovering his Faraga armor. So there's that dynamic, definitely. What's Escalera to pick here? What's Season 9 Rookie of the Season to pick?
Grog. Probably not.
Rocks.
He might go
No, that's Baksha.
go weird and go Kufra, but I like Grog. That's not a Grog.
Oh,
Wait.
So what's the...
Win
Yeah, no,
roam.
it's a roam win. Yeah.
Okay.
Even with a shorter range. Interesting.
Okay. So there's so much in and out. There's so much advantage for setups or even a great amount of peel for the lineup of ONIC Philippines. For the hold in front line of Echo.
Wait, does this
How
not
is
make
this?
it a better roamer? Because you can afford to pick up Flicker to
yeah.
course correct and disengage. I like it. It's a good concept.
I'm understanding the idea around it, however, but in terms of, I feel like I would have preferred the Grok because it needed that instant crowd control to just disrupt some of the dives of Echo.
Yeah. Unconditional.
Yeah. Guinevere, on the other hand, it's going to assume that they're going to be the one step ahead and setting things up. If Echo start diving on them, it's going to be then up to the Nana to actually dish out the controls to set it up for the Guinevere. So let's see if that'll actually work.
Yeah, Gwyn is miserable on the defense.
Yeah, good on the offense.
Okay, let's see how this series goes. It's Echo versus ONIC Philippines on their first match of the season. Let's see how this goes. Looking back on our predictions or even dynamic check on the draft. Carl TZ on this box share, and we have King Kong on the Frederick.
I've missed the drums, I'll be honest. JP getting a fair bit of damage there. So that might actually be one of the things that we can think about in terms of having two magic damage dealers as your roam and your mid. You can actually poke down JP to make sure that he wouldn't be in a position to be the ones to initiate. Looking at the emblems, so that Master Assassin for Benny Cutie. So he actually wants to be able to beat Kelro and Lane, and that makes sense because again of the adjustments to the emblem preferences of the carry where you want to build it Fighter, Brave Smite. So the Master Assassin makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and also to think that the damage of Echo and ONIC that needs to be addressed from maybe entering on mid to late game, I think that matters if you're a Claude and a carry. Who steps on the gas first? Who actually rides their spaceship ahead of time? Because if damage is concerned here, they would need a lot of way to actually take down a lot in team fights.
I just have this mental image now of like ONIC having a spaceship and the Echo Express actually being more close to being the Magic School Bus.
Oh, like Sky High, you mean?
I wasn't thinking of Sky.
That's a deep
You know
cut.
the actual Magic School Bus Kid show?
That's a deep cut.
I did.
I only know
I
Pen
do.
Patrol. Anyways,
Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol, there you go.
What?
I never
That's
really
your
paid attention in
childhood?
school. All right, 10 seconds to the turtle here. Huge presence by ONIC. They're looking to dive on to the Apex Predator, who's become prey this time around. 2 minutes in, ONIC about 100 gold up.
Oh.
They're trying to bait out something from the San duo as they miss the fact that it's Carl Deasy first to the scene.
Okay.
Whoa!
Sanford though.
40. It's knocked up. Here comes Carl Deasy. Vision on the 3. Astral Echoes thrown out already. King Kong very low. First blood drawn by 40. Never count him out. And just like that, Echo are a man up.
A great response and engage from the Orcas. Escalera is dropping down low though. There's no way to approach this, and Echo completely secures the first objective of the game.
And it really looks like Echo actually baited ONIC into that. ONIC thought, hey, this looks really good. Echo said, no, it doesn't. We still have a Petrify for Sanford. So it's a good re-engage and a call there. Saw there actually Carl Teasy, who, fun fact, actually is one of the most vocal people on Echo. And he's usually the shot calling type.
Oh,
So that was probably Carl Teasy's call.
Yeah, and also I think it was King Kong who peaked first and actually missed to hit that skill right onto Sanford. I
Crowd
guess.
control, yeah.
Crowd control, yeah. So
Not
they kind
stop
of
the damage.
Yeah, they kind of felt like someone was into the bush. It was two waiting,
Exactly.
so it was a great call from Echo, and completely they're just starting clean in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game.
Yep, ONIC definitely have to go into recovery mode this time around. And I hate to say it, you know, speak of the devil, this is a Guinevere on the defense. But I'd like to think it's not all over just yet. Just about 600, 700 gold ahead Echo is. This means right now that since Escalera has his ult, he can actually set up for a better team fight. Second turtle, they're already waiting just under a minute left.
This is a damage type Gwyn on the roam actually. Lethal Ignition, and then the lead up to the Genius Wand is his first item.
Let's see how they're going to make it happen. Goes up into the air. Baksha does. Called easy. Knocked out 4 men from ONIC. All it took to take down the 2-time world champion.
Yeah, we're actually talking about how the damage will work. Well, Carteezy was actually having a great amount of crowd control and an early burst from those two combos. So a bit of a way to slow him down, but we still have time. But look at this, just pokes from King Kong and JP.
We're not done. I mean, it came at a very small price for JP to check that bush and make ONIC think twice about actually jockeying for position. Again, just a quarter minute left until the second turtle.
Alright, see here the relationship between the Benedetta and X-Borg in lane can be quite dead. With 2 experienced MPL Philippines professionals, that's quite close to a dead lane. So it's going to be up to a rotation from their teammates to help them out. But then, of course, as usual, Benedetta's the first one usually out of the lane.
Well, speaking of Benedetta, he has now the Hunter Strike present.
Flicker though. Final slash from Daddy JP.
Bruh.
Knocking out Escalera. Already, once again, it's deja vu as ONIC is a man down and King Kong says, abort, abort. This is not a turtle we can take as Carl Teasy and the gang once again score a big objective.
Wow, Echo made that look so easy. Calculated with their pickoff there onto Escalera. And the moment they saw that down, they said, let's take him out. Gets a turtle. King Kong, we'll go back.
Okay, Appraiser's Wrath has been used as well. So Echo completely having a great clean start here. 5 minutes at the game. They have set up so much for ONIC to answer, even for just objective taking. And to think that they wanted to trap them in the most complicated ways, I think the delay is one of the priority of Carl Teasy. He's up against one level 9 against a late.
Which I think is now defining their new playstyle. I'm thinking of a moniker, I'm thinking how to coin it. But right now, Carl Teasy catches one. It's Escalera in trouble. Flickers on out of that Lord Pit. And now Carl Teasy might go down here. Kelra, not enough damage. Put on to the box shot, walks away with the puissance. Now JP in trouble. Dodges with a vengeance and gets taken down by Escalera. And now the trade. The storm's not done. Where you going? PMI off cooldown. King Kong survives.
He lives and he goes back to base. A great amount of response. How is that looking, Renmar?
It's starting to look like a slow war of attrition right now as Echo getting very small wins. ONIC getting wins here and there, but ultimately it's Echo walking away with a bigger victory. BennyQT and Kelra are still quite neck and neck in player gold. 6 minutes into the game though, if that 500 balloons past 1-5, that means BennyQT one lane.
Well, that gold advantage, if you're a Claude, you would need that gold, you would need that items to actually show up. Carl Teasy on his items as well. So this is a complete way to answer most of the damage threat that ONIC has. It's all about sustain. You have the utility from Carl Teasy. All he needs is to beef up and be tanky and answer and probably delay Kelra, because right now the focus of Echo Express is on to go late, pressure Kelra most of the time.
And how unfortunate it is for ONIC that it's that same lane where the turtle spawns. Here we go. Carl Teasy and the gang already onto it. Not even a chance for ONIC to contest. Just like that, 3 for 3, all for Echo.
And just way too fast. We're actually seeing here the difference in the principles of the two side lanes. So Echo has two side lanes that can make plays on themselves. They can literally play alone. ONIC though, their side lanes are stronger with someone or as a team. So that's why we see right now Echo have a little bit more freedom to just have fun around the map, because their side lanes can just go around on their own and be left alone.
Which I think defines this new Echo Express.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it's a drive-by approach. They always just walk through lanes, see what's there, take it, and then move on to the next. It's, again, choking on it. It's what allowed for them to go up to close to 4,000 ahead under 8 minutes. And now look, BennyQT takes tier 2!
Oh, and the TPs are up for Sanji. I love what he pointed out there. Just the right amount of confidence. And how's the items going with this kind of gold lead?
Well, from 6 minutes 500 to 8 minutes 1,300 and climbing is the goal difference between the Claude and the carry. BennyQT one lane. Echo got activated first, and because of the adjustments, Escalera.
I like it. The rope-a-dope. They used Prince as bait to try and get a reaction from Sanji, but Sanji uses Purify. They're all the worse for wear here. I'd like to think it's Echo who's actually playing it, because look, the distraction play, Sanford able to push.
And again, goes back to the point of they have side laners who can just do whatever the heck they want alone, even because they have great abilities to escape from danger, and Sanji just landing those Star Shatters. A point I wanted to make here about BennyQT, by the way, is itemization. Corrosion Scythe into DHS. Because of the recent changes to attack speed, honestly, with just those two items, you're already happy as a Claude. That's your go signal to fight. With a Golden Staff, that's your signal that I'm already in my late game-ish build.
It's a trinity.
It's a trinity.
It's a trinity present at this stage of the game. It's not even 10 minutes, but Echo is in a complete express on their damage items, and they're ready to fight.
All right.
Oh, look
Lord
at this.
spawned, 9 minutes in. Super Prince sent home. Again, luckily his passive hasn't been popped, and all of Echo's members circle around. Escalera forced to dash out. JP keeping guard. Gem dropping fire missiles. King Kong trying to get a bead onto that Little Wonder. Astral Echoes thrown out already. Gem gets his Firaga armor pop. Lord here out of 50%. Escalera coming in with a jump and the full-on combo. The blast. Sanji has fallen. Still no trade. Escalera very low. Now look at that Lord. Carl D. Secure. Escalera taken down. Can King Kong steal? Gem's taken down. King Kong steals. Double kill for the Storm though. And right now they are reeling. ONIC forced to retreat underneath the tier 2. And King Kong lives. Long live the king.
And he sits down as he recalls back to the base the commitment of Carl TZ on low HP. He was willing to take that risk.
King Kong proving to us why he was the standout player of TNC Pro Team last season and why now he is here touted as one of the star players of ONIC. One man, one mission, and now ONIC have found a turnaround, but they are still behind 5K in gold.
Wow, completely ONIC getting these small wins against Echo's momentum early game. Slowly breaking and clearing up lanes. Wow.
Right.
This is now the matchup that we're expecting to happen.
It's not over till it's over, man. ONIC found the window, and for the first time in this almost 11-minute game, they're the actual threat. I mean, it took them a while. Again, there was a lot of feints, and it's not like it came for free, this Lord Steal. But just the same, that means there's hope. And mind you, Keller's only died once.
Yep.
It's not great, but it means that he can still get there.
Yeah, and Keller actually, interestingly enough, yesterday we saw a variation of this fighter tanky carry with full damaged items. Now Keller is still utilizing the hybrid type of carry, first building the Thunderbelt and then going into the next items more on damage. And then at the same time, for the side of Echo, again, one of the reasons why Sanji got quickly taken out there was, again, the combination of the Guinevere that's built for damage. If that was a different build for Guinevere, maybe it could have gotten away, but Super Prince and Escalera right now, if they want to continue this trend, they need to be able to work well together even more.
They're trying to do it again. They're trying to do it again. Escalera flub though. They're backing off. That's the Astral Echoes on almost everyone. They know where they all are. King Kong here, getting jumped on.
Yeah.
Oh, the last enemy taken out. Carl D. Look at the back line. Sanford looking for a kill. King Kong very low. Betty Cutie. Blazing to it on the 2. Kelra take down Sanford. Down goes Escalera. Kelra barely alive. Friends takes down JP. The gold standard lives. 3 for 2 trade. ONIC comes out on top, but at the cost of a mid lane tier 1.
Kelra getting away, that looked like everything. Spell that from the fighter emblem, the brave smite at that. Again, this is why Kelra on this carry, hybrid type of build, the survivability, and actually a good way to understand as to why you go down this route. Sanji was looking for Kelra in the initial start of that team fight. He got out a really good Star Shatter, but Kelra barely took any damage from it. So now Echo have to watch out. Kelra is online. The members of ONIC, as this game will go on, will get even more deadly with their Nana and Guinevere combo. They need to be sharper right now with their execution.
ONIC Philippines showing their strength and power in team fights against Echo. Every objective matters, but there's a call. We heard a conceal here.
Where's it coming from? Escalera finds Sanji with a knockoff, with a full combo. Super Prince popping him. Escalera traded out though. Benny Cutie still here. Gem pops his Firaga armor. It's a man down, both sides. Lord here underneath half health. King Kong keeping the dance up. Crumping, styling, popping and locking. Carl TZ ready to go at full health. Lord here at a 10th of its health. 50, Retribution still online for both. Star junglers. It's a soft reset. Who's gonna let go? Who's gonna keep it in? King Kong making sure it doesn't go fully back up. And just like that, the dance continues. Lord goes back into his pit. When are you all gonna kill me?
The challenge now with just the distance of how the Lord gave it weight.
Oh, another pop on the Firaga armor down. Echo gets a small advantage. Again, this is how far as it gets for these new age Lord's dances. And Carl he's on the one. The Apex Predator finds one in the back. Down goes the Gem finally. And again, Kelra takes down JP, but Benny Cutie pops a last minute blazing duet. And down goes King Kong. 1 for 3. Echo clapping back, making a beeline for this Lord. Score for the Orcas.
What a beautiful entry by the Storm. Benny Cutie found Keller at the right moment.
Yeah, I thought for a second that Keller would survive because he ate up the most of that Blazing to Wet without a problem. But eventually at that point, ONIC had already lost the team fight. Echo, in a snap just like that, we thought the back and forth, the seesaw would go on for just a little bit longer, but they found an opening. Again, it looked like Echo were looking for one condition, the Faraga armor and the positioning of that X-Borg. As we look back at the replay brought to us by Infinix, Sanford coming in with a gank as well was just a cherry on top of the cake. And though Escalera was just there, Echo had already won the team fight.
How did Keller survive that? Like, in a great amount of seconds, he just still lives.
It looks like a 1.
Yeah, Escalera and even Super Friends can't even go in distance to even save him. He was just up front, and they can't commit for another 2 or 3 deaths.
Is it a combination of Spell Vamp and the Brave Smite?
Win in nature too.
Alright, that makes sense. And again, he's only really scared of Sanji. Gem here committing the last insanity, trying to pop this wave, get rid of this Lord scored by Echo, and they're gonna save their base, but not their bottom lane and top lane inhibitors. And now mid is going to fall as well, tier 2. They have but 1 turret standing.
Wow.
603
Echo.
on Benny Cutie.
That's a storm for you.
Yep.
Storm.
That's signal number 6.
Does
Damage.
it go that high?
I don't know. Maybe for him.
I don't know.
I don't know.
anything
Just
about
basically the numbers.
this. All right.
Oh, 6.
Let's
Oh,
go
and
for
3.
that. Signal number 6.
Okay.
Looking at the items. You see there actually. A lot of sources of damage on the side of Echo. They're still going for a relatively hybrid, but that is a damage Benedetta route for them. So, which is why ONIC, even though with their tight formation and their, well, majority of their lineup is very cooldown based, because of the distribution of damage on the side of Echo, it seems like for longer team fights, Echo is happier.
And also, the way of getting vision actually really works because, again, Keller can't miss. Most kills in a game last season with 17 kills.
Yeah, well, it was still playing for Smart Omega.
It was a different color back then. But going back to the point on why it actually opened up Sanji's vision checks against ONIC, I'm seeing now the struggle of this Guinevere roam. They're really hungry for the objectives that they want to give to King Kong, but they can't even leave the base.
Yeah, definitely hungry was the vision for the side of ONIC. But again, at some point it will fall off as it goes on. Even though the damage sounds really good, you're really just there to pick off.
And more often than not, Escalera becomes EP. He's always down first. 1-5 already in the 17-minute bout. So almost half of Echo's kills are on Escalera alone. So it's very difficult what this Guinevere is doing.
Yeah, and it wasn't like earlier because of the lead now. Gem isn't at the point where he can do what Nibor did in the previous game. King Kong isn't at that point where he can really hold down long enough. At this point, Benny Cutie will just absolutely tear through their health real quick.
Yeah, they're through the Lord as well, just having a great amount of lifesteal and regen. And they're pulling ONIC Philippines in. But look at the position of Escalera. He's trying to do something here.
That's right, this is a free flank. It's Sanford checking that bush. They still don't know how far and how deep Escalera can go. Lord here at half health. Escalera coming in, jumping up, knocking up Sanford, pops his immortality. And look at this, Echo just as quickly collapsing onto them. You're not trapped in here with me. You're trapped in here with us. That's not how the line goes, but still no kills. Gem forced to retreat. Everyone's still up, no casualties just yet. And just the same, Echo pushing the advantage, leaving a wave up top for ONIC to deal with, and they're back at it at the Lord.
So much resources and ultimates used. Echo completely getting another objective for themselves. Ow, that really hurts. But no contest at all. Carl TZ completely secures another objective for Echo.
Wow, great decision there by Echo to fight it like that. Even though Sanford was the one caught out there, unfortunate for ONIC actually. Could have been a good pick-off for them to start off a good sequence. But I don't think ONIC saw up until Carl TZ went out of the shrub that he was in that one shrub up top there where he's close to right now. That's what the call was supposed to be, a flank around that Lord. But then come team fight time, that just became Carl TZ free to dive Kelra, meaning Kelra couldn't help join and deal enough damage.
Yep, it's a miracle that nobody from ONIC died.
Yeah.
And again, just the fact that Echo are sitting at a 7K, 8K gold lead, watching that team fight now in hindsight, as it replays in my mind, it looks like Echo time walked ONIC. It's like every decision that ONIC made, Echo had the trump card for it. And now, deep inside their own base, ONIC is trapped. No more flanks from Escalera, no more sneaky plays, and they have to play fair up front, defend from this lord, defend from the waves. Carl Deasy gets in with a conceal. Escalera popped like that. Benicudi gets another kill, and down these waves go down, these members of ONIC, and just like that, they got overwhelmed. The Orc